Hello and welcome back to the Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to stop by to watch this presentation. Thank you. To read today's article, I'll put my glasses on and bring up the article. I want to thank you for your time. Here's the article. The value of telling our story after a traumatic brain injury. Living with the impact of a traumatic brain injury can leave us feeling very alone, isolated, and alienated. Alone, isolated, and alienated from other people and even ourselves. Telling our stories after our traumatic brain injury can help you and me to bridge the gap between other people and ourselves, bridge the gap as we share from what we have experienced and what we have learned. Telling our story helps you and me to own our process and our journey. In the process, we find the courage to come out of the shadows of isolation. As we share our story, something magical happens. Our lives take on new meaning as we realize that we are not our brain injuries. As we share our stories, we find the freedom to accept ourselves. In the process, feelings of alienation and isolation from other people drift away. As we share our experience, strength, and hope, we offer hope. Hope to those individuals who read and listen to our story. They find hope by realizing that they are not alone. Reading or listening to our story encourages them to not give up, as we have not given up. More will be revealed with time. Yesterday, I shared the importance of telling one story in the Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury community, and I included a link to our community here in this article. Below is a copy of what I shared with my community. As I encourage my community to share their stories, I would encourage you to share your story. Greetings, Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury community members. Thank you for being a member of a community of awesome people. Our community is growing, and I would like to encourage you to share your story. Sharing my story with other people who could and can identify with me has helped me tremendously. As I have shared my story, I have found freedom to come out of isolation. In the process, I've been able to break free from feelings of alienation from other people and from myself. Sharing your story may also help you to come out of the shadows of isolation. Sharing your story may, may also help you to stop feeling alienated from other people and yourself. And you don't have to be perfect in sharing your story. You can share a little or a lot as you feel comfortable. In the future, you may like to share more. There are no rules or guidelines. Your story may help another member of our community to feel safe enough to come out of hiding. Thank you again for being a member of our community. Below, I will share a brief amount of my story with you. My name is Craig J. Phillips. I sustained an open skull fracture after hitting the inside of the windshield of our Volkswagen Beetle in an automobile accident in 1967 when I was 10 years old. My open skull fracture resulted in right frontal lobe damage, a severe brain bruise with brainstem involvement. I remained in a coma for 3 weeks and traction for 6 to 7 weeks to set my left femur or thigh bone, which was fractured, and then remained in a full body or spica cast for 5 months. I was able to teach myself how to walk, talk, and speak in complete sentences after the accident. Once my external wounds healed, the impact of my traumatic brain injury went invisible. Once I was able to walk, my parents had me undergo 2 EEGs and a battery of cognitive and psychosocial tests. The results were shared with my parents. They were told that I would probably not be able to succeed beyond high school academically. They elected to not share these results with me. I was tutored at home for a semester and then mainstreamed back into elementary school in the 6th grade. I went on to graduate on time with my high school class. I was bullied throughout elementary, junior high, and high school. I obtained my undergraduate degree in 10 years and my master's degree in 3.5 years. On the day of graduating with my master's degree in rehabilitation counseling, my mom revealed the findings of the two EEGs and cognitive and psychosocial testing. I grew up and lived without knowing that I had an invisible disability. I had no idea that the traumatic brain injury that I sustained when I was 10 years old was getting in the way. After 3 SSDI applications and 2 Department of Vocational Rehabilitation engagement, one in Florida and one in North Carolina, I was deemed to be unemployable. After being deemed unemployable, my third application for SSDI was approved. I began receiving at the end of 1999. I began receiving SSDI. After 7 more years of searching how to use my gifts, talents, and abilities in ways that would work for me, I found the right medium that would work for me to share what I had to bring to the table for people who wanted what I had to give. And on February 6, 2007, I created Second Chance to Live, my website at secondchancetolive.org. This is the end of the video presentation. I want to thank you for your time and listening to this. Please share it with other individuals who you believe could benefit. Before I go, let me encourage you with this. Please do not give up on yourself, a loving God, or your process, because more will be revealed with time. The pieces of the puzzle that may seem scattered across the table of life will come together in the correct order and at the right time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and God bless both you and your family. Bye now.